Hi, how you doing? Okay, we're gonna do wine 102 again. We have 2 bottles of wine this time, and they're from Germany. This is, to me, as good as it gets as far as white wines. I call it the, you've heard of this, nectar of the gods, the German Riesling. Now, the German Riesling has got in the States, has got a kind of a bad rap for being sweet, just too sweet to drink. Okay, that's unfortunate because the Germans do make Riesling in probably 9 different levels of sweetness, from bone dry to semi-sweet to dessert wines. And so in the States, it's hard to get all those different ones, but I was in Germany for 2 weeks and got to taste, we tasted probably about 220, 230 wines, and got a real education. So we're gonna focus on the ones that are here in the States that you can buy, and the flavor profile and the price. And I have 2 here. You'll notice, one thing you notice about German Rieslings is the alcohol content on the wine is low. That's because it hasn't, the sweetness, the sugar, the fruit hasn't turned into alcohol, so it's at 7 or 8%. What's that beeping? Yeah. I got Morgan, the New Yorker, with this damn watch here. Can you press a button, Morgan? Okay, anyway. We've got our phones on Do Not Disturb, but then he's got this friggin' watch here. I don't know what it is. What does it do? Take your blood pressure or something? Okay, so here's the 4 levels of Riesling that are in the States and that you can choose from. The first one is a table wine, which I have. It's one of the lower levels. Price is lower. It's called a Qualitz wine, and it's your basic table wine, Riesling. You'll see on the back, it'll have that word Qualitz wine. Yeah, and on the front, there won't be a lot of vineyard or city, which is on the other wines. So it'll be more plain. This is Dr. Lawson, spelled with 2 L's. Most people say Lucen, Dr. Lucen, but it's Dr. Lawson. Okay, so that one is only 8.5% alcohol, okay? So you can drink a little bit of this stuff without feeling it. That's another good thing. So just get over this overly sweet thing. The sweet thing is not sugar, it's fruit. Fruit has sugar in it, so what? Apple, you love it, right? You don't, oh God, too sweet. Too much fruit, I don't like it. Right? Too sweet, don't like it. No, you don't say that about fruit. So why say it about this? All right. The second level is a cabinet level. It'll say right on the bottle, cabinet. And that's your average German wine, a little bit of sweetness, not a lot. Third level here is Spätlese. Spätlese. That's what I have here. That's a later harvest. So it sat on the vines a little longer. Okay, got a little more ripe. That means a little more fruit, a little more sweetness. And then Auslese, which is they leave it on the vines even longer. So now it's starting to kind of shrivel and get into almost raisin, not quite raisin, but the sweetness is very concentrated in an Auslese. So that's almost a dessert wine, but not quite. All right, now these are from the Mosel Valley. I think it's the best wine region in Germany, Mosel. And we're gonna taste a couple here. Now, before I taste them, I'm gonna show a couple of pictures of Germany. The vineyards in Germany the best ones are on hills and mountains. And here's a picture. This is a huge vineyard, Morgan. And you see it, it's very steep. That's a huge vineyard. Okay? Then, the 2 kinds of soil in Germany are the best ones are slate. In other words, rock. The vines have to dig down and find the soil and the water in order to survive, and they do, believe me. But these two create a different flavor profile. Here's what they call blue slate. Here's what the top looks like of a blue slate vineyard. Okay? And here is red slate. And you'll notice on the red slate vineyard, there's a track going up the middle. That's actually a little trolley track to get the guys up there so they can tend to the vineyard and pick the grapes. A lot of times they'll just have one track up the side and then they'll walk across. Okay, they can't walk up, but they can walk across and they'll tend the vineyards that way. They're so steep. Now I'm going to show you the steepest vineyard, as I know, in the world. It's called Bremer Kalmont. And I visited it and visited the winemaker that tends Bremer Kalmont. And I have a picture right here, but here's the vineyard. Look at the steepness of that. It's almost straight up and down. Great vineyard for Riesling grapes right there. Now, here is the winemaker, Uli Stein. And we did a couple tastings with Uli. Nice guy. He does a lot of different wines, as you can see. Just tasting them, not getting drunk. Okay. So here we go. We're going to taste the table wine first. Screw cap on the table wine, no big deal. Screw cap, very secure, easy to use. You got to get over it. This one is a 2019, so this is pretty new. Rieslings, when they're new, they're going to be light in color. As they age, they're going to turn more yellow. A lot of fruit. Woo! They're very minerally, if you can call it, this wine. Not like a Chardonnay, more minerally. If you would, put a stone in your mouth and suck on it. Have you ever done that, Morgan?
No.
No. You're not a wine guy. You're going to get that slatey mineral taste. A lot of fruit. The fruit I get out of Rieslings is apricot and peach. Stone fruits is what you get out of Rieslings. Fantastic. I'd rate that one right there as 90 points. And that's a table wine. That's one of their lower level wines. Easy to get. Only maybe $9. Now here's one. We're going to move up past the cabinet to the Spätzle level. This one's about $30. But it's harder to make. The grapes have to be on the vines longer, so I charge more. Now, you can tell that one's a little older. See the yellow color in that, Morgan? Mm-hmm. This one's 2015. So it's got 5 years of age on it, so it turns a little. Now, Fritz Haag, we're going to learn about the label a little bit. Labels are a little bit confusing for the layman. I understand that. It took me a long time, but we'll simplify it. First of all, you got the Fritz Haag. He's the winemaker. That's the name of the winery, Fritz Haag Winery. You got the vintage, 2015. And then the next thing really identifies the German wine. The first word, this is Braunsberger, is the city that it's attributed to, the city that the vineyards are in. And they always add an ER to it. So the actual name of the city is Braunsberg. They put Braunsberger. Okay, so it's Braunsberger. The second word is Jafur. Okay, Jafur. That's the name of the vineyard. All vineyards have names there, and that's how they designate the quality of the wine. So Braunsberger, Jafur. So that's where this wine came from. And it's a Riesling grape, and the level of fruit, sweetness, whatever, Spätzle. Okay? Top it and taste it. Whoa, nose on this petrol. The petrol's coming through. It's got 5 years on it. Slate. Wow, now this one, ooh, big time. More body. It's smooth but thicker. Wow, the flavor just stays on your tongue it's still there. This is good. A lot of fruit, a little bit of slate, petrol, mainly on the nose. Not really tasting the petrol, you're pretty much smelling it. So when you do get a petrol, you know, don't think anything, because when you taste it, it's not really there. Oh, these are good. You can drink these alone. I usually have them with cheese and crackers and meat and stuff like that. Because this is almost an aperitif, either before or after a meal. This one you can drink with a meal. This baby is to me, that's a 94 point wine. Excellent. Now, what else we got, Morgan? We got the German Riesling, we got the levels, we got the label.
Got the fruit.
We got the fruit. We got the Mosel River versus the other big river in Germany is the Rhine. And usually if you get a Rhine River wine, it'll be in a blue bottle. They actually distinguish a little bit. I don't know if it's a law or just a thing they do, but Mosels are always in green bottles. Okay, remember the alcohol level is lower on the German Rieslings, 7, 8, 9, 10%. As you go up in alcohol level, 10, 11, 12% on these, the drier they're gonna get. So if you want one drier, get one with 10% alcohol in it. You got that choice. Okay, German Rieslings, nectar of the gods, Morgan.